All right, thank you for joining us once again. Please don't go away. Newspaper review is coming up next.
All right, our newspaper reviewer, Chukwudi Abuja, is right here with us this morning. Good to see you, sir. You're welcome.
Hello, Nyere. How are you doing?
Very well. And you?
Good morning. I'm fine.
Good morning,
Claire?
Chukwudi.
Good to see you.
Same here.
You are a midweek experience for me. And that's when you come on.
Thank you. I like that. I like that phrase.
You're close to Wednesday. You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, you've got two papers?
Yeah.
All right, let's start with you then.
All right, so let's get a blueprint for this review by looking at the blueprint this morning. The lead story here says Dangote Refinery protesters hit Pengason in Kaduna. Shetima urges restrained patriotism. The riders, Nigeria lost billions of naira to union strike, according to an NPCL. ACF orders urge sanctions against economic saboteurs. All right.
You want to
talk about that?
Say that again?
The Dangote
Refinery.
Yes. You know, I wrote a piece here. Actually, I started off on social media. I warned Pengasons that this one is not like what has been happening. And I didn't say it because I come here to call him Dangi Baba. The truth is that Dangote Refinery has become a major part of the government's energy policy. I'm not an economist, but I should know these things. Look at what Shetima said at the 2025 Nigerian Summit, Nigerian Economic Summit in Abuja. Aliko Dangote is not an individual. He is an institution. And he is a leading light of in Nigeria's rejuvenation. You know, this is very important. I said, look, apart from the fact that it is a private business, this is at the jugular, is the jugular of the Nigerian economy. So be careful. It won't be business as usual. I'm not saying that unionizing is not right. But when it comes to what sustains a company's life, you'll find out that even your mother will disagree with some actions you take as a union member. So be careful.
And then I don't know, where does that come in when you regulate, when you deregulate? Unionization.
No. The thing is this, is this section 40 or 42? I think it's 40. It's clear that you are free to join an association. But it is also clear that nobody is free to coerce you to join. So if Dangote tomorrow says the people I've employed are not members of Pengason, Pengason has no right to tell them you must be members.
True.
So the thing gets as it be.
Because the same thing happens even with the media.
Yeah.
With the media and, you know.
Remember when we started off, the private stations?
Yes.
They would not let you join. I think they're becoming more comfortable now because they've established. You know, when you're starting off a business, an industry like the $20 billion Dangote, you just have to be allowed a free-flowing infancy. That is where some emotions come into it. There's nothing that is white and black in the world. There are shades of colors in between white and black and white.
So many shades.
So many in life.
Just look at what happened just yesterday with the price of cooking gas. I hear in some areas
don't go there.
Went as high as 25,000 naira.
My daughter was my savior. We went and bought what do you call this?
Yes, the camp gas.
Not camp gas. Anything gas it out of our home. You know, we bought the stove. Is this stove you call it? You know, she said she needed 16K. She got a bag of charcoal yesterday for 8,000. Claire, the thing burns better than gas.
Yes, but again,
the environment.
It does, the environment, the pollution.
Environmentalists, I'm solving a current issue, okay?
We need
I am actually against that because that means that the desert is coming.
Precisely.
They destroy the forest to produce the charcoal.
That's
even the greatest
and we're
problem.
trying to...
And then the smoke is also harmful.
Your landlord will not like it.
And we're trying to transit to cleaner energy.
Exactly.
Yes. Let's look at the headline. Yeah, please go ahead. I wanted us to look at the headliner on The Guardian. Nelfund kicks as institutions hike tuition fees, charges for profit. I mean, this is absolutely, what will I say? Preposterous.
When you start private business and it includes education, the profit motive is not going to be removed from it. But education is almost like pastoring. The man who started Pilgrim Baptist, who established Pilgrim Baptist Mission Nigeria Incorporated, would make sure that the people who were his clergymen, his reverends and pastors, had a job to do. It is not that being a reverend or pastor that gives you food. You must have a job to do. It was something you did for God and the people. Education should borrow a leaf from that. Education is not supposed to be something people want to profit from. Once you have marked up that little thing, the people you're growing, they are your real asset.
Listen to this.
What's the reason behind this hike?
Edo, Ondo, Ebonyi universities, Lautech, flagged fees for medicine, nursing, law rise by 20%. Kogi Polytechnic raises charges by over 1,000%. This development comes barely 6 months after The Guardian reported that at least 51 institutions had been implicated in illegal deductions and exploitation of the scheme.
They should be subsidizing education, just like agriculture needs to be subsidized greatly.
You don't understand the point that is being made. Nelfund.
Okay.
Nelfund, provide some kind of funding assistance.
Of course, now, yes.
The loans to students.
Exactly.
Yes.
The indigency they have tackled.
Exactly. A lot of students are benefiting from this, scheme. And in fact, the president, said about it, talked about it.
Yes.
It's one of the high wins for this administration. A lot of people are talking about it. But institutions are taking advantage of that to cash in on it.
Imagine.
And then increase,
Nelfund's budget would now need to be increased to cope with the fees they are taking to the high heavens.
I just think something should be done about that, honestly. Just the same way.
Education should be subsidized.
Exactly.
Education makes a nation. Yes, my dear.
Talking about the education issue, being a serious concern, our roads are also becoming a serious concern. There's a report right here, the lead story on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. It says, Federal Highways of Horror.
You didn't see my anger yesterday. Before Abuja Barracks, you have potholes that cause traffic jam all the way down to Kubo. And this is something that FEMA, when FEMA was FEMA, would fix in 10 or 9 hours in a weekend.
Do you know, you're talking about...
And people pass, it doesnst bother us, it doesn't make sense at all. I'm leaving the major roads and all that, like Lokoja to Auji and all that. That's a big stretch. I'm talking now about just...
the Federal Capital City.
Exactly.
Just in front of Abuja Barracks, the potholes there are causing traffic jam that extends all the way down to...
And the one just after the Mogadishu Barracks.
Yes.
Every year, that portion, just after the Mogadishu Bridge, on your way to Marabanyanya, there's that particular portion that is forever...
failing.
Yes. Forever. And every year, you find, whether it's FEMA, whether it's SEMA, I don't know, deploying,
No, actually,
so what is the issue?
No, the thing is, there are portions of the earth that are not as firm as others. There was a place where I almost died in my 504 when I was in Lagos, when you're going to Ore. There's a portion that hardly ever stays firm. Your tar, it creates folds on the road. So that portions like that need special treatment. You might even need to go and import, in quotes, soil that you put there.
Maybe
because the texture of the soil
maybe the Minister of Works. Maybe the Minister of Works, because you know, he has to bring his ingenuity on that to bear on that.
He has to.
Now, okay, let's also. I was thinking that you would have talked about the imminent strike, you know,
by
ASU. Beginning to mobilize members, and of course, it's the crying FGs in action. That's again on the front page of the Guardian. I mean, when would we ever hear the last?
I think editors are still painstaking, enduring, and tolerant to still even make it a headline in the news, because it's become the rule rather than the exception. The strike is supposed to be the exception, but for them it's become a rule. I mentioned the headline, Laura Wise wrote some time back. This thing didn't start today. The caption, TV caption was...
ASU, don't.
FG, please don't. ASU, we will. So the Bragados show has started long ago. Is it going to go on forever?
All right.
It's become like an internecine war.
Interesting times, really. Interesting times.
On both sides.
By the way, have we read about this legal battle about a minister's certificate?
Well, I think I really.
UNN is coming in now. I think they're going to take evidence from so many people now. At the end of the day, we'll get to know what happened. But I was saying yesterday.
But I mean, if you attended a school and you graduated, it shouldn't. I mean, just present your certificate.
Yes. And I even said yesterday.
It's simple for you.
I even said yesterday that it's supposed to be a non-issue. I should be able to get on the data bank in this country and access certain things.
Exactly.
Do you know,
it's not a big deal. Your certificate is not a big deal.
You know, I was going for an exam.
Yes.
And they required my WAEC results. And I just clicked. Chukudi, I graduated. I finished WAEC in... I don't want to say when I finished it. It does not call me and say so. You know, but I was shocked to find
mine in 1976.
My details.
Online?
My details.
Yes.
My details. Chukudi, you couldn't have written your WAEC in 1970. Okay, 1976.
You call me choose the boy. I see your fault.
Anyway, the last one. Nigeria's food security goals stalled by flawed procurement policy. Experts are claiming. I didn't know what. Did you get to read that?
No. You know, floods are an ill wind that blows nobody any good. This gas thing they're talking about, I am surprised I've not heard that NLNG is flooded. It's usually this time. Please, I'm not creating it as a headline, but I have a feeling the floods might have a hand in what is happening now. Because
no. Floods. No, not flood. Not flood. Not flood. No,
I thought you said flood.
No. Flawed by stalled by flawed procurement policy.
Oh, flawed procurement. FLAWED. Yes, sometimes it pays to pronounce.
All right. The producer says it's time. The producer says it's time to go. I mean, many thanks, Chukudi. But this Mr. and Mrs. would interest you. I'll beg my producer, so let me take this. It says women are like mobile devices. They need constant data and power, which is why they go for men with power banks. And then the man replies, men with power banks? He says, yes, men who have power in the banks.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not. Give me 5. You're not angry that somebody is reducing you guys to neuter.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Because I am human and male.
We understand what
if it's about chauvinism.
But you have power in the banks. If you don't, let's call it a day, Chukudi. Let's take a break. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get into our conversation for today. Stay with us.